morning class. My name is Mohammed Zaeb and I'll be your computer teacher for this year. So today we're gonna start off with our first chapter. And our first chapter is the internet and the web. So what do you understand by the term internet?
So internet is an online platform to play video games.
Yes, that is correct. So after completing this chapter, you people should be able to differentiate between internet and the web. This is not the same. And secondly, you have to discuss and understand the effects of cyber culture. Under cyber culture, it comes like cyber crime happens and other types of criminal activities, online criminal activities. Third one is identify and compare different search tools. What do you guys understand by the term search tools?
So Google.
Google is one of the search tools, and there's many more. There's Mozilla Firefox. As we move on further in this topic, you'll know other types of search tools. And lastly, you have to describe the different web technologies. So to begin with, like, there has always been a misconception. Misconception means like confusion between the term internet and the World Wide Web. Most people think it is same, but it is not same. This chapter will clearly show the major differences between internet and the World Wide Web. This explains further. So the internet today can support various kinds of applications and communications in searching informations online, and internet becomes easier for people, and it's like today's world is working on internet. Everything is internet. Now a 5-year child uses mobile phones. They can access, they watch cartoons. Even they know how to operate, which cartoon to watch. So this is explained that further with use of web utilities and social networking. Web utilities provide users a convenient way to interact with internet, whether for businesses or personal use. Businesses like, for example, KPMG. It's a huge business firm. So there's many people working in that business. So, like for example, I'm your boss and you're my employee, and you want to send me a message that this needs to happen today. So, and we like for example, you in the other country and I'm in the other country. So you're gonna use emails, and emails are used through internet. Without internet, you can send emails to me. So that makes work easier rather than posting through mailboxes or letters. And for personal use, you know, for what it is used for personal use. For example, you want to play games, that's your personal use. You chat with your friends, families abroad. For small sized to large sized businesses, organizations, and the people in general, all benefit. Yes, all of them benefit from internet. Like it is more advanced for people today to use internet and web technologies. However, there has also been a negative side negative side to this huge growth in internet. For example, there's a lot of cyber crime happening today. There is a lot of hacking done. One of my friends, he was doing an online transaction, and then his card was hacked, and he got some amount of money in his card. It was all withdrawn by the hacker who was hacking his. Because these people sitting down in other countries, they want to hack other people's account. That is a criminal offense, but you should be aware of all these things. A huge increase in internet-related crime is becoming common. To move on, we'll discuss the first term, which is internet. Internet is simply network of networks. What do you understand by the term internet, network of networks?
So I don't know.
It is basically like, it is all the things are connected in one globe. It spans the entire globe. Like it is an actual physical network that spans the entire globe. Like for example, you want to call your uncle in overseas. You because through normal calls it's expensive to call your uncle overseas. It costs a lot of money, so people use data and internet to connect their uncle or and families abroad. So for then you use a Viber, or some people use Messenger and other forms of icons in their phones. So yeah, it's simple. You just pick up your phone, search for your uncle's name and call. That is what you call network of networks, internet. And it is made up of computers and handheld devices. For example, cables, routers, switches, satellite stands, wireless devices, and this is one of the examples of handheld devices. Abhishek, do you know about this wire?
So it is a cable.
Yes, it is a Cat6 cable, which is the internet goes through this cable, and it helps you to go online or send messages to your client or your friend. So everything that can be accessed on and from the internet is a resource. So, for example, you wanna search about any other thing, like any other subject, about sports, about any other forms of any other subject. For example, you want to know about photosynthesis. You go to Google, search photosynthesis, you'll get all the bunch of informations there. That is called your resources. Internet also helps to broaden your knowledge in other things. To get knowledge of other, because everything is not in the book. And nowadays, internet makes that thing easier to access informations. So this is the definition of internet. To move on, we're gonna discuss about World Wide Web. The World Wide Web simply provides means and ways to access the internet's resources. See, we were discussing that it is not the same. People have confusion in that that the internet and the World Wide Web is same. No, the World Wide Web simply provides means and ways to access internet, and it gives a multimedia interface whereby we can easily interact with resources that are available on internet. So you guys understand about the term internet?
Yes,
So
sir.
you have any questions about World Wide Web?
So what does multimedia mean? Can you give some examples?
Multimedia is like basically your YouTube. There is a multimedia. It's simply the icons in your laptops, phones, or electronic gadgets. So multimedia is a combination of various forms of media. For this is what you have asked,
Yes.
like examples. That is, multimedia is a combination of various forms of media. So which is YouTube, especially your Facebook account, or any forms of and for example animations such as, what do you understand by the term animations?
Cartoons.
Cartoons, yes, such as growing and shrinking. Is making it large or making it small. Text, hypertext, sounds. If you want to record a video, you want to download a song, that is through internet. and sound will come with it. Images, for example, you want to do an assignment or a project, you need pictures, you download pictures from internet and you put it in your assignment or project. And the videos. So this is the definition for World Wide Web. Moving on, this is the internet map. So Abhishek, what does the internet map looks like?
So it looks like a brain.
Yes, it is. It looks like a brain because it have veins and everything connected to each other, which looks like a vein, and everyone is connected through internet. Where internet is like same thing I've discussed with you. If you want to send messages or you want to call your friends or families abroad, this is the same. You want to send messages to your boss or to your client. It is through internet. Then this is just the picture of internet, how it is connected to each other in the globe, which spans the entire globe. And to moving on, in order to access the World Wide Web, you need a browser. What do you understand by the term browser?
So browsers are like websites, like Google.
Yes, that is correct. A browser is a program that allows you to launch the desired websites. For example, Internet Explorer, Google, Mozilla Firefox, Netscape, and some people use Apple, which has Safari in it. And the URL example is http://www.fiji.gov.fj. For URL, HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. You should be noting this long form for this HTTP. Right? This is most important. I will ask this question in the exam. The long form for HTTP.
So one question.
Yes.
What is the long form of URL?
URL is a Uniform Resource Locator.
Okay.
The HTTP is the protocol used to accessing most websites. Like for example, you want to search anything, it comes in the Google, in the searching box. It's in the HTTP, whatever you want to search about. And www is the subdomain. Is the network consisting of millions of internet sites that offer hypermedia resources. Right. And this portion here, .fiji.gov.fj, this is the domain name. Domain name basically means like what you are searching for. Like you want to know about any other thing, you want to know about photosynthesis, then it will be www.photosynthesis. It comes whatever you're searching for. This is for Fiji, so it basically comes Fiji and .gov.fj. And .fj is the country, is known as country code. And what do you like? For example, if this was for Australia, then you have any idea about Australia?
I don't know, sir.
Australia is .au.
Okay.
For New Zealand?
.nz.
Yes, that is most simple one. You should remember always. Alright, so you understand any questions about this? About the hypertext transfer protocol and
No, sir.
no? You okay with it? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, to move on. Okay, this is the top level domain code and meanings. So, you must be having email
Yes.
accounts. So, what is your email account, Abhishek?
So abhishekprasad00@gmail.com.
See, .com. .com stands for?
Commercial.
It is the common one. It is used by most people. I mean, all the people in the world, they use the normal one. So if it is .gov, it is for government. For example, I'm a teacher in Ministry of Education. So my email comes to mohammadzohab04.gov .fj. That is my email. Because I am a government worker, I am under government. .edu, like for example, is a university student studying in USP. So for he's an education student. So if he wants to email his lecturer or his lecturer emails him or her, so his email will be edu, which stands for education. .net is for network. All the kind of network, it's .net. And .mil, you understand by .mil?
So no.
It is used by people who are working in the military force. Especially not the military people who go and do the gun firing and everything. The people who work in the office.
Okay.
And .org is for the organizations. It's for the large organizations. They use all sorts of. For example, we are talking about KPMG. They use the organization one because they have a large organization, which their top level domain code is .org. And so, any of this you have confusion about it?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so before going on to the conclusion, whatever I have discussed, do you have any questions about any of the part you haven't understood?
No, sir. All clear.
All clear? Okay. Apart from the browser, you must also have access to the internet in order to utilize the web services. Right? You must be using like, apart from browser, any other kinds of web services. Internet access is usually granted by internet service providers, which is ISP. This question I'll also ask in the exam. You should be knowing the long form of ISP and what is their role. What actually they do in this kind of like situations. Alright, then some of the ISPs in Fiji are. You have any idea about any ISPs in Fiji?
No, sir.
ISPs are simply Connect Fiji, which is operated by Telecom, Vodafone, Digicel, Kidanet, AAR Net, that is for USP staff and students, and there's many more. Alright, so basically I have come to the end of this chapter and topic. So you have any other questions about any part you haven't understood about this topic?
No, sir.
Alright, let's move on to the exercise part. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to do this exercise.
Okay.
Then we'll discuss in the class. We have already discussed all the things that are in the exercise. We have differentiated between internet and the www, even multimedia and hypermedia. This one you should be answering it. Browsers. This one also is also discussed in the Alright, you guys have 1 minute left before I start discussing the exercise. Okay, let's start. Internet and the World Wide Web are same. True or false?
So I think it's false.
Yes, it is not same. Internet is the network of networks which spans the entire globe, and World Wide Web it is the various ways where you can access internet through this World Wide Web. Okay, the first answer is false. multimedia can be used as hypermedia. True or false?
So false.
False. Because multimedia is the YouTube and all that kind of icons you have in your electronic gadgets. And hypermedia is the URL, basically the URLs in your part C. .com is an example of top level domain.
I think it's true, sir.
Yes, it's true. It is an example of top level domain. What does .com stands for, Abhishek?
Uh, commercial.
Commercial. That is for commercial. It is true. So, and part D is browsers are programs that allow access to web resources.
So I think that is false.
No. No, Abhishek. It is true. Browsers are programs that allow access to web resources. We have explained to you about the resources that you want to access. For example, you want to search about photosynthesis. This is where it comes in, browsers, to access about web resources, to broaden your knowledge about other things.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so another 2 minutes for your exercise 2. Right, let's discuss exercise 2. The domain code for .org stands for
So organization.
organization. Is the protocol used by browsers to access websites.
So I think the answer is World Wide Web.
Abhishek, that you are close to it, but the correct answer is HTTP is the protocol used by browsers to access the websites. And part C is the provides internet services to its subscribers. We have just discussed in the conclusion.
So the ISP.
ISP.
Internet
You must be
service.
knowing the term properly. Put it inside your brain. I will for sure ask this question in the exam. So this is your homework. I want you to note your homework down. Alright, so thank you class for today's session. So you guys have any other questions about anything that is not clear what I have discussed? You want to know more about it, or you're not clear about any of the explanation or the definitions?
No, sir. Everything is clear.
Okay then. Thank you so much for this session. See you guys in the next class.
Thank you.
Thank you.